Have you ever wanted to do your makeup like those clean girls on TikTok that barely their natural flush just woke up like this kind of makeup? Well, today we're going to talk about that. Hi, I'm Lexi, and today we're going to be doing my 5-minute natural makeup routine. So let's get into it. So first things first, I have got my hair out of my face. I've just gone in with a gel moisturizer. You can use whatever you have, anything lightweight. It's just to put some moisture in the skin. And just to prime it for a makeup application. And then I am going to be using the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. I really like this stuff because it's really lightweight, but it still gives quite a bit of coverage, and it covers up any kind of dark marks or any scars. Obviously, if you do have heavier acne, I would suggest using something maybe like a foundation or something maybe a little bit heavier, and then either diluting it with a little bit of cream, or even then if you want to use the tinted moisturizer, then you can go in with color corrector, which is what I'm going to be doing. The color corrector that I'm using is just literally the most basic. It's the Essence Conceal Like a Pro color correcting palette. It's fairly basic. I mean, you generally just need the colors that you use most often. For me, I kind of have a little bit of redness here around my chin and anywhere that I'm breaking out. I'll just dab that in quickly, and I'm just using the green concealer just to cover up any redness. You can kind of see the shadows, but you want it to be really nice and light. You probably can't really see the redness on camera, and more so the green, but that's the point. Just know your color theory and color correcting will work perfectly. Now I'm gonna go in with the moisturizer. I really don't use a lot, literally like a very big blob actually, now that I look at it. And the one thing I've learned about using tinted moisturizer is not to just add the big glob to your face and leave it like that. Like, kind of try to spread it around, especially over areas where you have put color corrector, so that it can just cover it a little bit better and you're not picking up a lot of the product. You're kind of spreading it around a little bit more. Kind of like a face mask, I guess. Also, I'm sorry if I'm looking off to one side the whole time. I am using my camera to do this and a little mirror. I don't exactly have a full setup with a vanity and everything, so forgive me. And then using, okay, my beauty blender is a little dirty, but I also prefer these to just normal beauty blenders. They're a lot cheaper. And they can kind of get into like your under eye a lot nicer and cover a little bit more surface area. But for tinted moisturizers, you want a little bit more of a natural finish, so using a sponge it gives you a better finish than using a brush. What I find, it kind of seamlessly smooths it in. What you can do if you are using something with a little bit more coverage is using a brush to blend it, and then going over that with a sponge just to pick up any extra product so that it doesn't look too cakey. And then I'm just going to blend this out, and I will be right back. So you can just blend that in as best you can. Make sure to get up your hairline and here by your ears, down your neck. You don't want any harsh lines. And there we go. If you like just very, very light coverage, you can just leave it like this. I mean, my skin's doing quite well today. There's a little bit of texture, but I can't do anything about that. I can color correct. Sorry. The heavy texture, like what I experience here on my chin generally, I can't fix, so it's just there, you know, embrace it. I do this generally as my everyday makeup, so this takes me max 10 minutes, if that. And you can leave it like this, or I am going to go in with a little bit of concealer just for my under eyes. Please don't laugh at my concealer. It broke the other day. I don't know what happened. I tried to open it and it wouldn't swivel out, but I think it might be best if I just show you the victim of pretty much what happened. It is the 2-in-1 Yardley Oatmeal Blemish Stick. But this is what happened. And it's a little embarrassing to show you, but my entire swivel stick just would not come out of the packaging. It would not come out properly, like when I was trying to wind it. And in my hurry to get done, because I was trying to do my makeup before class, it just I don't even know what happened, it broke. So we're using a very sad little blemish stick today. And I'm just gonna apply that kind of under my eyes. This specifically, I will say I'm not using 100% correctly. This is a blemish stick, so it has tea tree oil and that kind of thing in it. It doesn't irritate your eyes or anything, you don't feel it. But I have noticed like the blemishes that I use it on, it does actually help a little bit with just lessening that painful throbbing that I get with them. And then I'm also just gonna go over here, and you can either use your finger to blend this out or you can just use the sponge again. It kind of just depends. Your finger, I suppose, would add a little bit more coverage to it, because you can just go around like that. But the sponge you can use for a larger area. And now onto blush. I just use this very basic. I have no idea where I got this from, I'll admit. It's a really nice, like, it's very filler, very sad. Don't make fun of me for my makeup. But this is my go-to blush, and you want to use specifically a cream blush because that is kind of what gives you that glow from within, if I can say that. And just blend it out. I blend it out with my fingers and then I go in with the sponge. And another thing I learned about like blush placements and all that, my face shape the way it is, I like to place my blush. I don't try to go beyond the middle of my eyes. So if I look straight and my eye goes down the middle of my face, I don't take it past this point. And then I do it just a little bit higher than like here, closer to my eye. And I take it up to my temples here. And that kind of gives me the most natural look, I find. And then I just go back in. My hair's getting caught everywhere. Go back in with my sponge, and it just really gives you the very natural barely there look. And that's kind of what we're going for with this makeup look, is just a natural I look up like this type of thing, you know. If you are specifically going for that barely there, I'm not wearing makeup look, I would suggest just to follow the more natural guidelines of your face, using the correct colors. And that's what I mean with the blush. So you want to go for something that matches your skin tone, like it literally just gives you a little bit of a flush. And then for eyebrows, my biggest tip about eyebrows is that you don't, I mean, you can see my eyebrows aren't waxed or anything just yet, but you don't want to go in with anything too heavy. But in saying that, if you do have very fair like hair and very fair skin, you might want to go in with maybe a light brown and just define them a little bit more, but nothing heavy. And then I don't actually use a brow gel. Controversial take, but I actually prefer to use a hair gel. It's cheaper and I have a giant tub that has lasted me forever, and it's just saved me a lot of money, and it holds my eyebrows really, really well. So I just use hair gel and a little spoolie. That's all. Make sure as well here when you're using brow gel that you're not moving the product around too much, because that can also cause your brow gel to pick up the product and then it'll go onto your brows, and if you have dark brows like me, it'll make little white streaks and it looks like you have grey hairs. This is not what we're going for, not the best look. And then completely optional, but sometimes when my skin is just feeling really dry like this, and this isn't, like I said, it is completely optional, but I like to go in with a highlighter, and it is the Revolution liquid highlighter in the shade Liquid Champagne, and it's just a really nice natural kind of look. And another tip for like highlighters and that kind of thing, if you are putting it on both your brow bone and your cheekbone, here where your brow like splits there, take it up into your brow bone and then bring it back down into your cheekbone, and then take this up here by your temple, and it just gives it a little bit more of a natural finish. And now I'm going to get really close because I'm going to put a little bit on my eyes. And again, this is completely optional. If you don't really want a very shiny look, that's entirely up to you. This video is just kind of there to help if you do need some assistance with doing your makeup and just finding what works for you. But if you know what works and you don't like what I'm doing, you don't have to do it. I just put some highlights on the inner corners of my eyes. I'm not particularly being too careful. As you can see also, I'm not using brushes or anything like that because this is literally my 5-minute like makeup routine. I do this before class, and like I said, it takes me all of 10 minutes. The mascara I'm using has been well loved, as all of my makeup products are, but it is Catrice. It is the Glam False Lash, I believe. It's also waterproof, and getting this off is about as difficult as you can imagine. And I'm actually going to do my mascara off screen because I don't want to poke my eyes out. And I just want to point out the difference quickly actually, because this is a really great mascara. My only gripe with it is how difficult it is to get off, and it does smudge a little bit at the end of the day. I bought this mascara, so just preface on my makeup situation because I know it seems a bit strange, but I tend to keep 1 or 2 staple products, like my mascara or my foundation. I have literally my skin tint and the foundation that I use when I go out. I don't necessarily see the need in going out every other week and buying a new foundation and buying a new mascara just because there is a new one on the market. I love trying new products and I love kind of seeing what works, but there are certain things that I don't really like to mess around too much with because I know they work, and they're such basic products that it really isn't a thing of like lip gloss. Yeah, I have a bunch of lip glosses, eyeshadows, sure, highlighters, blush, contour, all that, but okay, not really contour because that's a very sad color for my skin, but once I found something I like, I really like to just continually restock that and just use that because it does work. I know what I'm getting when I use it. Okay, and this is the finished product. I can get a little closer and you can kind of see, like I said earlier, that I do have a little bit of texture on my skin, but it's not really too bad. It's manageable with the color corrector, but this is just my everyday makeup look. I generally do this before class and it takes me all of 10 minutes to do. So this is the finished product. I've just kind of moved this into a better lighting so you can actually see what it looks like. I just added a little bit of lip gloss, a very natural color lip gloss. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you'd like to follow for more informative content on makeup, skincare, and lifestyle, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!